Good morning, Tony Dattino, founder of the USA Memory Championship, and here with you on Friday. My goodness, we're almost at the end of May, and the time is just flying by. It goes by quicker and quicker by the week. But in any case, I wanted to talk again about the importance of social networking and interacting with others that helps to impact your cognitive function, thinking skills, and more. So again, I'm referencing back to the Mind, Mood, and Memory May issue from Massachusetts General Hospital. And they talk about healthy socialization can do more than combat loneliness. It bolsters memory, mood, and your overall well-being and thinking skills. And so I see it at the Memory Institute that we're doing here. It's Michael Dattino and Catherine Hagen that do this Memory Institute workshop here at the Dr. Phillips YMCA in Florida. And it is amazing what you can see in terms of the difference of the participants in this group and how they interact with one another, how they've built friendships, how their life partners have come into the sessions, how they acknowledge the difference. And when we did what I call a gig exercise this past week on what were some of the good things that you have found in this workshop. So the gig being good in, good grows, greatness in, greatness will grow. And I did an exercise where I asked them, so what are some of the good things that you see in this workshop? And person by person, it was like, well, I made some friends. I don't feel alone anymore. I look forward to this. In fact, when I say Monday, it was Memorial Day. They didn't want to take the day off for holiday. They wanted to come to the workshop and be with their friends and with the people they look forward to seeing every week. And so it was just another example of people wanting to socialize in some capacity with people. And the article says social relationships are essential for health, but people are very different in how they like to socialize and how much they need. This is not a one-size-fits-all, and I think that was really important, that it stresses even the lower key people that don't speak out as much sit there, and when I asked them for what they saw as the good things in the workshop, they said they learn from other people and they don't feel like they have to be the leader of the group or they have to be the most outspoken or they say the loudest. They learn from their peers. They learn from the person they're sitting next to or they're having lunch with or they're walking to the gym to do a bit of exercise. And so they find that they've got friendships that they've built that give them someone that they can talk to and someone that they can relate to that has maybe some of the similar challenges and problems that they do. The ways social interaction improve or maintain physical, mental, and cognitive health are varied but plentiful. Humans are wired to be social. Numerous studies over the years have found that without strong social connections, people are more likely to experience cognitive decline. Conversely, studies have shown that individuals who interact with others on a regular basis tend to perform better on tests of cognition compared with their peers who have lower levels of cognitive connectedness and engagement. And so it continues to come out in the literature, and yet we still find the struggle with people on, well, how do I make those social connections? What are some of the things that I need to be doing? Hey, this class, it's like this. We found this class by a miracle. It just so happened to be, we were walking through the YMCA and we happened to see a room of people and we stopped and we asked Michael, what was this class all about? And we saw Catherine doing an exercise routine and we've come to know these two people, and it's amazing what they've done with the group that is in the Memory Institute, that they're so active and engaged in making a difference in the lives of people. So how do I get my loved ones? I have a mom and a dad that I think I'd love to get them enrolled in this. Or I have a mother that or I have a dad, or I have a brother or a sister. And how do we get them enrolled? And so there's now a little bit of a waiting list for people to get into the Institute because Michael and Catherine have put a limit on it up to 16 people. Got a little bit of a waiting list. So some people may drop out and then they'll fill. And obviously they may be looking to start a second workshop in a different location or maybe the same. But given the importance of social interaction, how do you find the right mix of people and develop the right relationships? So here's what, in the Memory Institute, Catherine has, one of the greatest ways I've learned is something Catherine does so naturally, and that is to ask questions. And what's the question? Well, there's a different question you ask people, and so it might be, so how are you feeling today? And that's not a wrong answer, right answer question. It's just, how are you feeling today? And some people will say, well, I feel sad, or I feel excited, or I'm happy to be here, or I had a great visit with my grandchildren, or I had a terrific weekend. And so it's a safe question, and sometimes you get people to write the answers down, and other times you get them to openly share it. And it's in that building of the openness of the communications that you build the trust and confidence of each person to feel like, I'm not being judged. There's nobody laughing at whatever I say. Anything I do say is helpful and is viewed as to be constructive to the peers that I have in the workshop. And so the question of, well, how do I find these mix of people? Well, you know what? This mix of people have found themselves. It's the go-to place for the people that are looking for that something else. It's something that gives them a purpose and gives them something to look forward to and gives them a branch to grab onto. What's interesting is there are times when you ask the people, so what did you do for a living and what can you teach us about it? Well, maybe there's an art project. Gina is one of the attendees, and she does this great, comes in, loves to do art projects, and she shares them different activities that they can do with maybe colors or paper mache. And so you get each of the people that may have a gift of some sort to share their gift with their peers. And that's a tremendous exercise. Maybe there are some people with different languages and they can speak different languages and get, my goodness, welcoming each other with a different language and teaching some of the forms of that. Sharing each person's history, what's their background. I learned years ago that talking to people and asking them what their life experiences were is a great way. It's like a history book, except it's a live, walking, talking history book. So there are times we bring people into the workshop, we call it the mystery guest. And they get up in front of the room and people have to ask them 4 or 5 questions, and they love it. And the person that is the mystery guest loves it because they get to tell their life stories, or they get to tell some of the interesting parts of what to do. There's so many different places where we can go find community, centers of people helping people, that it just takes, I call it just a little bit of thought process to say, where can I go find the community's help center? And we can go to local senior centers now. We can go to schools. I mean, we can go to different college programs, where college programs are offering kids projects to go out and help others in the community. There are community centers. We can go from Catholic to Jewish to Middle Eastern centers that are offering to help one another. There's just no end in sight to how we can go out and help people that feel isolated and are alone and find a way of making connection. And then bringing through the activities that bring mental health to it. So in the Memory Institute, there's the questions we talk about in the social engagement and interaction. There's mental challenges that they go through. There's guest hosts or speakers that they go through. There's exercise, physical exercise, even as simple as what we call the ball toss, which they all laugh and have a great time doing. So It's a series of activities that they go through over a 4-hour period of time, 2 days a week. And wow, what a difference it makes from listening to what the caregivers of these people talk about. It is made in the lives of these 16 people that attend this 2 days a week. And we're coming to the end of May. By oh my goodness, my next session, I'll see you, it'll be the first part of June. And the months are going by too fast, but I'm sure I'll have another story for you after doing a new exercise that we'll be doing on Monday at the memory workshop.